You're back at it again, mate. Hey? A whole another day. And you're back at it, are you? Hey? You know, there's a lot of preconceived notions about dogs. That they don't remember anything, or, if you smack them or something, they won't remember, in a couple of days. Why wouldn't they remember? We remember. Why? What makes people think they don't have a memory? That's what I don't understand. Shadow was here yesterday, and he remembers this stick. If he can remember something as little as a stick, he can remember all sorts of things. Hey, can't you, mate? Look at the size of his nose, guys. Oh, God. Shadow! Look at the nose. It's all swollen. Dad's very worried. He's very... Yeah, I know. Hey? That's a stick, isn't it? It's a big one, isn't it, mate? Hey? It's a whole other day. Very hot in South Australia today. It's 38 degrees Celsius. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, but I think it's bloody hot. That's what it means. Hey, Shadow boy. Shadow. What are you doing, mate? Hey, you're very determined, aren't you? You're a determined little guy, aren't you? I love the way he uses his paw to do things. It's like he does human things using his foot. It's very cute, man. I don't know what it is about that, but when I see him do things like humans, he'll use his feet, or he'll scratch his nose with his paws or something. It's very cute. I don't know. I've always loved that sort of thing. He knows what's going on, man. I'll tell you, these preconceived notions about dogs, this, that and the other. Oh, they can't feel love. Are you serious? I would bet my entire guitar collection and my watches and aftershaves and whatever else I happen to have, my car, that dogs feel love more than people. It's a way more pure version. You see, a human loves with, things attached to it. Doesn't necessarily need to be bad things attached, but there's always something attached. A lot of people are like, they love you for what you can do for them and that. A dog, they just love you. It's a more pure form of love. Isn't it, Shadow? Hey? You don't want anything, mate, do you? Hey? Dad wouldn't have to do anything and you'd still love Dad, wouldn't you, mate? Hey? I could literally just sit on the couch every day and he would still love me. And that's a beautiful thing about a dog. They deserve our absolute loyalty. I just got my big vet bill today. So just to get the biopsy and everything, $1,720. You can probably notice in the tone of my voice, I'm just... Shadow's been a hard ride, And part of it makes me feel that the vets, they play on people's emotion. They know how much we love our animals. And so they jack up prices knowing that, we're not going to let our animals suffer. I truly believe that sometimes. The thing about it on the vet bill, it said the surgery is going to be 5 minutes. Who gets paid $1,720 for 5 minutes work? That's what I want to know. How do they justify $1,700 for 5 minutes work? What possibly costs $1,700? To give him a bit of anaesthetic, take a scraping from his nose so I can get the cells looked at under a microscope. I mean, what does that involve? So they take the cells to the lab, they put the cells in between two pieces of glass, put it under a microscope and go, okay. And that's $1,700. It's a really disgusting practice that they do that a vet will look at you knowing how much you love your animal and go, you know what, we can charge this guy anything because he loves his animal and he's not going to let his animal suffer or die. And that's just the first bill, because God forbid Shadow's got cancer. And I've already been told it's going to be in the thousands. And of course I'm going to pay it. I'm not going to allow Shadow to suffer or you know, while I can do something just because of bloody money. But I tell you guys, this world, you know, you would think becoming a vet, you do it for the love of animals. Yeah, I wonder now. I start to think that it starts out that way, and then they realise how much money they can make off you, and it quickly changes, you know. It starts off with good intentions, and then it becomes greed, and I truly believe that. You know, my vet is a good man, and I believe, you know, he's tried to save me a lot of money. And you know, he's been very honest. He's told me, look mate, you don't need to get that done, and saved me $600. And other times, look mate, you don't need to get that done, save me $200-300. So he's a good guy, and he doesn't set the prices, you know, he works. But for the administrative top, they ought to be ashamed of themselves, you know. I thought you opened veterinary service because you loved animals, you know, but that's not the case. That's not the case, I truly believe. How can 5-minute work, $1,700? I wish I made $1,700 in 5 minutes. I'd be a millionaire, you know. But as you can see now, he's settled. You can see the side of his nose. It's got like he's got a little balloon under there. So what am I supposed to do? You know, what can I do? You know, it's only money. I'll make it back, but god damn it, man. You know, I've already forked out $22,000 in vet bills. Now it looks like it's going to jump to $28-30. You know, and that's providing that the treatments work. And obviously I'm going to try everything I can. But I've already been told from the vet it's going to be thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars if Shadow, God forbid, has cancer. So yeah, I just thought I'd give you an update, guys. And he's going in on Wednesday. I'll make a video, and I'll let you know what's going on, especially for those of you. There's 3 or 4 people on Shadow's channel that text him every day and leave such beautiful messages, and they're wonderful, wonderful people. And you know who you are. I talk to you quite often, and so you know, this video is for people like that who really love Shadow and want to know about him. And yeah, unfortunately Dad's feeling a bit stressed today. It's actually more worry, you know. I'm upset about the money, but I'm more upset that poor Shadow has to go through this, you know. He just wants to be a dog. Look at him. He just wants to be a dog, don't you, mate? Shadow? See, he's not interested in the world, mate. He just wants to love Dad and eat his stick. You know, right now his stick is the most important thing in the world to him. That's how beautiful dogs are. That's how wonderful dogs are. A stick is important to him, you know. Could you imagine if humans were like that? Could you imagine that we walked around and the things that dogs find important, we found important? Mate, there'd be no pollution, there'd be no nothing, you know. If we loved like an animal, man, there'd be no wars, there'd be no nothing, you know. They really are better than we are. And that's why he deserves to have the best treatment. You know, sometimes my mother said to me the other day, she said, it had to be you, Nathan. And I said, well, what do you mean by that? She goes, could you imagine what it would have been like if somebody else had got Shadow, because he was always going to have these problems. And God forbid he went to a family that didn't care, or would have just said at the first sign of trouble, put him down. And she goes, you know, you and him were meant to be together, because, you know, whatever runs this universe, whatever runs things, knew that Shadow was going to have these problems, and so put it in the hands of me, knowing that I would do whatever I could for him. So maybe that's a way to look at it. And if that's the case, then, you know, I'll do it gladly. But yeah, I tell you, in this economy and everything, you know, I do quite well, but still, you know, for anyone, doesn't matter how much money you've got, you know, forking out $2-3 grand at a time for things, you know, you do feel it. But hey, you know, I'll feel it more if Shadow's gone from me, so I'll always try and keep that in mind. Anyway, guys, I just thought I'd speak my mind a bit. Obviously, I need to get it off my chest. But I'll keep you posted. And for the Shadow, Oh, I thought he was going to run after someone. I thought he saw a dog. For those of you who ask about Shadow all the time and love Shadow, I want to thank you. And, you know, these videos are for you. And, yeah, you take care and I'll keep you posted. See you guys.